I know it's been a long time, but we're back. How's it going, everybody? Mike with Cleveland Cutting Board and Furniture Company. I know it's been 3 months, 4 months since my last video. I apologize, maybe. I just have been so crazy busy, nuts, what I call the 3 Ps. Physically, been a lot going on, psychology, a lot going on, and financially, 2 Ps and enough. Just nuts all over the place. So good, bad, life stuff's been going on. So to give a little back picture, back in June, right after my last video, I believe it was, I took off. I packed up my truck with a cooler full of food, some booze, a tent, and a fishing pole. And I took off and did a solo camping fishing trip up in New England states. I left here, went up to upstate New York, fished, camped overnight by myself, packed up, went over to Vermont, beautiful Vermont. Once again, found a campsite, lit a fire, had some whiskey, fished all day, packed up, went there, went over to New Hampshire, which is just one of my most beautiful, I think it's one of the prettiest states. Vermont, New Hampshire, parts of Maine, just gorgeous. So I went up there, once again, just pitched the tent, did some awesome fishing, got a guide up in New Hampshire, Mickey. I'll put his information down here. If you're looking for a legit guide who knows his shit, if you want to go do some serious fly fishing, go up to Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Not the other one that's, that way. Go the one that's way up that way. But anyway, came back from that trip and I was just refreshed. I mean, literally, I went like a day and a half without even saying a word. Just relaxed, fished, drank some great whiskey, sat around the fire, turned off the world. Came back super motivated, super inspired, and dove right back into the shop. The other aspect of that is my day job. Those of you who don't know, I work at a water plant, and I was working midnight to noon, so my sleep schedule was screwed up. So it just didn't have a lot of time for all the stuff I had to do in here, and then trying to get sleep because I was sleeping 3 or 4 hours a night because the schedule was terrible. So anyway, another story. So it's hard to stop or fall behind on orders to make a video because making a video like this takes a few hours. So it's a few hours I was not in the shop getting customers' orders done. Customers don't care. They want their product. So, and next thing you know, boom, 3 months go by. The other setback was 2 months ago, this past week, I broke my left ankle. I was at work, walking down the stairs. I had a back spasm, went to grab the railing. I kind of turned my body. My foot caught the tread weird, rolled my ankle, heard a loud pop, broke a bone. I actually chipped off a piece of bone, scraped the tendons, nerve damage. It's been a beauty. Even like right now with my walking lace-up thing on, it's feeling pretty good. I've been limited to how much I can walk and stand. Right over there is my bar stool. I've been sitting on the bar stool out here sanding and doing all my work. My camera right here that shows my feed from that camera is right here, so I'm checking, make sure everything's good. Anyway, that's why I keep looking over here. Yeah, so I have my bar stool over there. I would sit here and I would sand. I'd limit because I'm trying to get that ankle healthy as possible. Over in the other building, right between the small CNC and the laser, is another stool. I was sitting there doing that. And in the garage around the big CNC, I had my little creeper that reels around like for working on cars. I just was on that, zipping around, trying to keep that ankle to get better. I've been in physical therapy now for 3 weeks. I got 2 more weeks. Hopefully by early December, I'll be good to go and get released back to full duty. It's just been tough. So anyway, enough of that. So I came back from my fishing trip, super motivated, super inspired, and dove right back into work. A couple things. I got a huge list here, so I'm going to try and get through this fast as possible. So I'm going to be throwing up videos everywhere. Reading my eyeballs on here. Boat drink caddies. So I did a photo shoot. For those who don't know, I do photography on the side. I love doing weddings and corporate stuff. I'm not a big landscape guy. I'm more of a headshot kind of that guy, like senior pictures, corporate headshots. I actually have a shoot coming up pretty soon for my friend Heidi and her crew up at her church. They all need some headshots. But anyway, I did a photo shoot for a very good friends of mine, their son, on a beautiful $5 million boat. And there was a little drink caddy there with this nice stainless steel stand. It looked okay, but it looked kind of bland. As I'm taking the pictures, I'm going, I can do better than that. So I came back, I made a couple prototypes, came up with this solid mahogany. Here's a couple pictures of what it looks like when it's done. Been knocking these out. The plan is to get a dozen or so done for upcoming shows, but then do some mark. There's 2 different styles. Trying to get a research done on what people like best, and then sometime in like March, start cranking them out for boating season. So these have been pretty cool. Got a lot of great feedback so far. So the mahogany and stainless steel boat stands. The other thing I haven't done in a while, but I started making again, are just the push sticks. I'm the guy, I've cut this finger off once, filleted it another time. You can't be too safe. So I started making these. I sold out, and it's been on my list. So I started making push sticks. These are going to be available on the website, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. But push sticks, another thing we're putting out there. It's just, the rule of thumb is, I was taught by my awesome shop teacher, Mr. Young, if you can't slide, if you're pushing a board and you can't put your whole hand through there, then you got to use a push stick. So the other thing, I was doing a big glue up, and I needed some corner braces or corner squares. So I came up with these guys. Not my idea, my design. These have been around forever. But this is something you put in a corner between 2 boards, and you can clamp it here, and you can clamp the other board here. It helps make things lot. So I sealed it in like a polyurethane, and then all I got left to do is put packing tape on here to keep the glue from sticking. So just little shop projects to keep things rolling. Other products, cocktail smokers. I did the math based on some paper, my CNC runs. I think I've sold I know I've made well over 100, but I think I'm over 100 sale on the cocktail smokers. This is the very first one I've made. I've used this thing 50 plus times. It's got a cool char to it. It's still got plenty of life in it. So people ask, do they last? Yes, they last. Those will be on the website also when I revise the website. The smokers come with the torch, the chips, the metal screen, everything you need. So there's some great brands out there if you want like a really high-end one. These, I'm not saying they're disposable, but this one you can use all summer and then buy another one next year if you don't, depending on it. But as long as you keep it oiled, mineral oil, it shouldn't burn up. So anyway, a bunch of those. Other small things I've been working on, people have been asking a lot for, is we're obviously going into Christmas season. The bottle openers. Here's one that someone, I had it for sale, and someone said, hey, I want that, so I haven't taken the price tag off yet. But just the bottle openers. This is one. This is out of hickory. We can customize these. This has got a bar and shield on it from that motorcycle company, So I'm going to do a bunch, but these are just great little side things. These are great stuffers, especially people like custom stuff now. Put a last name on it, put something, a company, corporate. You're looking for a corporate gift. I've been doing a lot of corporate gifts later, but this is just something great you put in your back pocket. I have a couple bartenders that like these over the small church keys, the metal ones. These are a little bit thicker. They fit your hand better. So these will be on the website, I think. I'm not sure on those. The charcuterie wine glass. I made a batch of these and sold out. I did a show last weekend up in Vermilion, the Corks and Kegs, my friend Bergen, who has a BD design hairstylist, awesome. And all the girls in town love going up there. She graciously invited me to come up there and set up. So I made a bunch of these for the event. It was beer and wine and snacks, and all the businesses in town got together. A really cool event. These sold out like that. This is the last one that wasn't done at the time. Like, I don't need to make that last one. I should have made it. So these will be on the website starting here at the first of the year. So the charcuterie wine glass, picks up your wine glass. These are awesome. Once again, these also can be customized. I just did a batch for my friend Beth with her company logo to give to her coworkers. So these are great gifts. So stuff like that is going on. Let's see, the Trevettes. So these things have been really hot. I've always made Trevettes, but they were kind of boring and not very exciting. So one day I have like a little pile of wood somewhere over there that just like, it's offcuts. That's not firewood, but it's not really big enough to make a big project. So I just kind of say, no, let me go play around with it. So I just started drinking and playing around on the computer and came up with this design here with this wavy pattern. It's one piece of wood. It's got that cool wavy pattern on both sides that intersect. These are really big, especially for the holidays coming up. These are great for when you take that metal pan or glass dish out of the stove. It protects your countertops big time. By having those grooves in there, it helps that airflow around and keeps it smooth and protects your countertops. So yeah, the Trevettes have been real big. I'm working on, those will be on the website. I'm trying to come up with 3 different sizes. Same style, but 3 sizes. At least 2 for sure. So those have been really fun, knocking out and getting the feedback. I like making those stuffs, especially putting them out, introducing them out to the world in these little sales like the Corks and Kegs, and you get the feedback from the people. And I have a lot of chefs and cooks that great cooks I know that give their feedback as well. So let's see. I came up with a new juice groove design. I was trying to think of something different. I don't have any in here, but here's a picture of what I came up with. A new juice groove design, something kind of more modern. I mean, we all know the cutting boards have the juice grooves that go around them and help catch the juice. But I was trying to think of something more like neat looking. So I came up with this, like it's basically 75% around the board. It's got a well. It slopes back to it. So it's something you can, if you have to tip it up and get the juice in there, but just something a little bit different, something a little more aggressive, something more modern is what I was looking for. So this, I'm still playing around with it. This will be something I'm going to introduce also first of the year on the website. I'm not sure if we're going to make it a specific board or if it's going to be an option on a board, either traditional juice groove or the modern juice groove. I'm not sure how I'm going to work that out yet, but those will be available coming up soon. Let's see, what else? Desk. I finally finished the Box Elder with the black resin river pour desk for my buddy. He was very patient. Lucky for me, he had a lot going on, changing careers and a baby. It's like a year and 2 years old now. Anyway, he was gracious, give me some extra time. I got that done, delivered. So what Box Elder is? Box Elder is it's basically. I think it's the elder beetle, crawls into the tree, and as it goes through and it eats the bark or eats the wood fibers, it digests it and it leaves these red streaks. You don't know that that's the kind of tree it is until you cut it down and slab it. They're pretty expensive slabs, so I was really nervous working with them because you can't. If I screw up a walnut slab, I can go. I got 100 of them in my shop, or not 100, but I got a lot of them. I can go get another one and keep going. But this was a very specific stab. I've never seen Box Elder with this much color in it before. So did a black river pour. He had some custom metal legs made. We recessed the bottom so everything sits up nice and neat and flush. I put in some channels, some C channels, because when you have wood, resin wood, the table wants to move. So this just helps it keep it flat as possible. Wood's going to move. I don't care what you do to it. I don't care how dry it is. My eyeball itches. It's going to move. So got that done and over to him. Brad's a great guy. I met him through, we worked at a place a couple years together, and yeah, another story another time. But yeah, some of those guys you meet and we've been friends now for a couple years after we both left that company for the same reason that a lot of people left that company. So anyway, talked about that. Talked about the website. So yes, people have asked my website. There's products on there. The round cutting boards, I thought they were great. I just don't sell them. I mean, people just don't like the round cutting boards. So we'll still make them as required or as requested, but I'm just taking them off the website. I don't think I've sold one on there. So I'm going to revise that. I'm going to put the Shakiri wine glass on there. Oh, the other thing, the grill scrapers. I made, I think, 20 for the show at Bergen's shop last week. Sold out within the first couple hours. So I've got a whole batch of, I think there's 15 over there. This one's been CNC cut. Just still got to take it off of the frame, but I'm gonna these will be on the website. I really screwed up with these things because if you don't follow me on social media, you probably don't know, but I was on the local Fox TV show, Good Day Cleveland. David Moss and the crew over there are awesome. They had me on. I talked about these and why they're so beneficial to own over a wire bristle brush. They were not on the website yet. People were flooding me wanting to buy them. And when you make something like that and you make a sale, you have to have it easily accessible. So I told everyone, sorry, it's not available yet. I'll get you on a list. And you don't hear from them again. I screwed up. I should have had them done in inventory and on the website so people could have bought them right then and there. So, but that's a mistake I won't make again. So anyway, so grill scrapers. These are all in white oak. I'm probably going to have by Christmas, I'll have a bunch of these made. These, once again, great stocking stuffers. And then you can put your, whoever your main group, if you want to put your last name on their initials, whatever you want to do, we can engrave these and customize them for you. So once again, when you customize something for somebody, that just goes to show them that I just didn't go on Amazon and buy something. I actually spent time and put some thought into it to make it something special for you. So customizing for a gift is really pretty cool for people. Going down my list here, it's usually I just write on a piece of wood, but it was just too much. I didn't have a piece of wood big enough. So I wrote everything down. The fight boards. Not flight boards. So I ran out of these too, sold out, and I thought, well, I'll make more later. But people have been asking for them because once again, the holidays. So this is a Cleveland Cutting Board original design. So here's the deal. Everybody from time to time, you go on Pinterest, you go on social media, you search the web, and you see things. And there's two types of people. I see certain things on the internet, and it inspires me to make my own version of it. There's other people out there not to name names, but they'll see a design and they'll take that exact fucking design and put it on their product and say it's theirs. Whether it be a cutting board design, some type of laser engraving, a t-shirt, or something. They'll just steal a design from somebody and put it on their own shirt and say it's mine. Change it up. So, the different ideas I have, like for example, these corner guards. This isn't nothing new. It's been in woodworking for forever. I just made it a little bit bigger. I notched the corners. So if I'm doing, 45-degree angles, I can make it I made it my own original. So yeah. So if you're out there and you're a maker or a creator, be original. Don't steal other people's, designs like for whatever, You know who you are. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see what else. Oh, the fight boards. So anyway, so the not flight boards like for wine, but the whiskey fight boards, the brass knuckles. I came up with that. I've never seen it before. I'm not saying it's not out there, but for me, it's the first time I've ever seen it. So, yeah. So I got more of those in the works. I sold those out after the TV8 appearance. So I've got 3 or 4. Ready to be oiled and set loose, and I've got one custom order I got to ship out. They wanted some engraving on it, and then I've got another stack of wood set aside just for the fight board. So those will be ready for Christmas, and I will have those on the website also by the first of the year. I'm going to try and get done before Christmas, but we'll see. Holiday trays. So I was hot and heavy and knocking out a bunch of Halloween-themed trays for the Halloween season, and broke my ankle. Put a kibosh on it. It was the point when I broke my ankle, there was 4 or 5 days where I could just not walk. Here's a picture of my ankle looked like the next day. You can tell, I've already got pretty sexy legs, but you could tell the one, my left one it sucked. So I lost a lot of time leading up to the Halloween. People don't want it on Halloween. They want it early October, and I just was out of commission. So I sold a few. This one's a ghost. This one's not even, this is one that got set aside. These are great for trinket trays, just to throw in your keys and stuff by the front door. I made some bigger bats for candies and stuff like that. I'm trying right now to come up with a design. It's too late for Thanksgiving. I could probably do stuff for Thanksgiving, but I'm working on some Christmas tree trays to throw in, like I said, just decoration, throw in candy or whatever. So I'm going to have those. Those will probably not be on the website because they're seasonal, but they'll be available at my social media pages. So if you don't like and follow me on Cleveland Cutting Board, make sure you do. That's how you get the scoop on. Stuff's always on there before it goes to the website. So definitely follow me on there. And speaking of which, make sure you follow me on here. There's like the algorithm, I guess you call it. How many people watch my videos, but how many people actually subscribe to my videos. So if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. That helps me know that I'm doing something that you give a shit about. So the holiday trays will be a seasonal thing. I'll have some for Christmas coming up. Talked about the smokers. Tiki Beach sign. So my old neighborhood, I lived there 2 different times, 2 different houses when I was a kid. In my hometown of Vermilion, there's Vermilion on the Lake, which it used to be its own town, but then they joined them together, combined them together to make one as part of Vermilion. They annexed them in, whatever the word is. Anyway, so they're having Jeff Lucas, who is a councilman. That's his ward. He's doing a great job. He's really pushing to help bring some more people. There's a park down there that wasn't really used. Jeff's been kind of bringing, hey, we got this park, this great community, all these kids here. Let's put some more effort into this park and let's start using it. So Jeff hosted an event down there. I seen it and I called him up. Said, Jeff, I want to donate something. I want to help. It's not only my town, it's also my old neighborhood when I was a kid. So Jeff and I worked. It was a spur of the moment kind of thing. I was just getting, to the point where I could move again. A lot of times sitting on my little creeper scrolling around, but I made this here for them. So it's Shawsey Park is what the name of it, but when we were kids, we called it Tiki Beach. So we had like an homage throwback to Tiki Beach, come up with this nice mahogany sign. Cool thing is my buddy Brian. Brian won it. Brian and I have been friends since early 80s maybe. His family owns the one store down there, the little country stores. So really cool that Brian bought it. Or not bought it, but he won it. So anyway, the tiki sign. So I love doing that kind of stuff. So that was pretty awesome. Got that done. So a project I started for my wife and I back in April. We had this like secretary little thing in our dining room, a desk with cabinets, and we never used it. We used the cabinets. It's full of all kinds of crap. So right next to the wall, the other side of that wall to the left is our washer and dryer. So we had the idea, let's put a wet bar in because face it, we're going to use a wet bar more than we're going to use a desk. Just how we are. So my buddy Brian and his dad Daryl came over. I ripped all the old stuff out, the bottom half. Daryl came over, did all the plumbing. Brian did the drywall. I made this countertop right here using walnut and this cool blue river resin. CNC flattened it, cut it to shape, and then I put in these like more modern type juice grooves. So if you're on the right side of the bar and you're cutting limes or you're mixing drinks, something spills, those grooves, as you see, all taper down to the sink. So functional, but also the form is great. So it looks awesome. And then Dana went out and picked out an amazing brass sink. Brass or copper, I'm not sure. Nice faucet. So we're about today, actually, after this video, we're gonna do the painting on everything, get that all touched up. But yeah, that's been a project. We've been talking about the project for a couple of years. We got it started in April. The plan was to be done by July, by our summer party, and it's November. So by Christmas we'll be done, or I'll be divorced probably. So the house bar, and then we're gonna make some shelves and display all the whiskey and the wine. And I actually bought my wife a wine cooler for her birthday back in. You know when it is. Everyone, I don't think I say it. You all know when it is. February, March. Yeah, that's when it is. So I got that all done. So anyway, that is everything on my list. Couple projects. I got some new charcuterie board sizes. I don't even have charcuterie boards on my website, so I've come up with two different size charcuterie boards. I like the pillow shaped. This is one. This is to be the bigger one. And I'm going to do another smaller one, but ashtrays. I got to order. I sold out of the walnut ashtrays. I'm just rambling now. So I got one done. It's in the other room in oil. That was a custom order. I already engraved the inside of it, but yeah, these still got to be cut free from the form. There's a little split in there. And people ask, are those ashtrays, are they good? They're wood. I soak them in mineral oil. They're great. So the one guy I sold to a couple years ago, he uses this. He goes, it has that nice patina to it. So all you do is every now and then clean it out like you normally would an ashtray. Put some mineral oil on it, it's good to go. Cool, black walnut, awesome ashtrays. But anyway, that's it. We're looking at, holy shit, 30-minute video. That's a record. And I see all the stuff around the shop I haven't talked about. So anyway, I'm back into the groove. I've got some big things going outside the shop that we'll be sharing sometime around the first of the year. Really exciting stuff, personally and professionally, that I'm really... 2024 was a very challenging year with work and fiscal and all the different things going on. From head to toe. So that is it. I was going to do I got another segment here on dumb shit people say to small business owners. I'm going to save it because I'm sure half of you already said fuck it and clicked off. So anyway, enjoy the day. It's gloomy and cold here in Northern Ohio, but I am back. I will try to get back in the groove of doing these because I have a lot of awesome things to share with you guys. So hang in there. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers. I'll talk to you soon.